Your vacation timing is really inconvenient, Sarah. I am HR Nain, her voice cold and sharp over the phone. I feel the coffee cup trembling slightly, fingertips gripping the cracked edge. I stand at the cabin window, watching the morning fog in the forest swirl with the scent of pine like smoke. In my mind I see CFO Greg and Nain in the Viarc System office laughing as they announce optimized layoffs. They turn their backs to me, pretending to joke, thinking they are clever. I hold the phone in my hand, looking at the email titled "Important Update about your role." My fingertips freeze, reading that my position has been eliminated and severance cancelled. Enjoy your vacation. I did not scream, I did not smash the cup, I did not go mad. The text message just laughed lightly, crisp like a squirrel darting across the deck. I stand barefoot on the creaking floorboards, staring at the phone. Steam rises slowly from the coffee. I think of 8 months of 60-hour work weeks, wrist injuries, unreported hospital wristbands, black overtime nights making client forecast reports, finished in the hospital at dawn, vacation requests delayed, endlessly meetings quietly rescheduled while I am marginalized. All of this made me realize they never truly trusted me. Greg, CFO, is the kind of man who smiles with a knife behind it, always hiding the cruelty of decisions behind numbers and charts. Nain, HR, cold and shrewd, like the edge of a winter morning fog. Her eyes never carry warmth, only process and responsibility. 6 months ago they had me take over the failing Phoenix team. Nobody wanted to manage the leftover projects. I proposed conditions to absorb their team while modifying contracts. The legal department reviewed, hastily signed, and left. CFO only cared about PR wins, ignoring the 12.4b clause I embedded in the contract. Terminating approved vacations and layoffs without valid reason counts as breach, triggering full severance and fixed penalties. I waited silently for the moment, clicking send while they thought they had outsmarted me. Forwarded the termination email and contract copy to lawyer Jack Levine. Jack precisely provided feedback, internal intel, HR, and CFO unaware of the clause's power. At the board meeting, external lawyer Cora Richter pointed out the clause was triggered. Greg, Nain, and Gerald still lost in their own self-importance. Their laughter and investor nods thin as air without pressure. When young lawyer Paul mentioned the clause, he was ignored. Greg tried to explain boilerplate mishandling, but Cora calmly stated the clause is indisputable. After execution, the clause requires payment of $2.5 million within 5 business days and restoration of full severance and benefits. Board members exchanged glances. Gerald looks like he was thrown into a freezer, eyes hollow. CFO Greg pale, beginning to understand the legal trap he unintentionally triggered. Investor Maria angrily questions. Nain stiff and pale, HR unable to argue. All fake celebration turned to silence. Greg frozen in his chair, trembling. All the savings they thought they gained from layoffs became massive liability. While I remain barefoot in the cabin, flipping pancakes in the morning light. Phone untouched. Laptop filled with meaningless doodles, no overtime tasks. Coffee gently steaming. I never revealed the victory, just relied on the clause, waiting quietly for Jack's pre-litigation notice. Effective within 3 days, no announcement, no pressure. Internal chaos in the board escalates. Greg and Gerald try to renegotiate or reset payment terms, all useless. Cora confirms the clause is valid, automatically triggered. They cannot resist forced to face losses. No one can deny Sararin clause legitimacy. Behind it are signature timestamps and digital verification, impossible to withdraw or escape. Nain's HR authorization ignored, global contract responsibility. Air freezes. Investor Maria calmly and sharply points out delays only increase internal audit warnings and insurance denial risks. Greg face steel pale. Nain hesitates. Entire room sinks into silence as if gravity doubled. Pre-litigation package delivered. Gerald still staring at files in hand. Coffee spills on the white oak floor, spreading like a guilty entity. Jack enters boardroom carrying documents, casually sets them down. Directly states breach of clause and remaining 3-day payment period, no need for dispute or threat, then leaves. CEO and CFO completely collapse, silent, powerless. Rage fills the air. They realize they've been pierced by the legal clause. While I still flip pancakes in the cabin pouring maple syrup watching steam rise calm as usual. No announcements, no posts, no social media frenzy. All completed by contract clause. I quietly collect my victory. Victory calm and direct. 14 years of silence, one contract clause enough to make them pay the entire quarter's layoff savings. They cannot resist, only tremble in fear. 6 months ago I fought alone in the Phoenix team. Nobody wanted leftover messy project data, invalid reports. Team morale low, 60-hour weeks carrying all responsibilities. Overtime, night, wrist injury unreported only to avoid delaying project. Meetings quietly arranged, I marginalized. Countless times humiliated, overlooked statements, interrupted requests ignored. Every cold laugh, every meeting snub engraved in memory. I learned to hide emotion, observe behavior, accumulate leverage in silence. I understood the power of legal clauses, understood contract details. I knew one clause could throw the entire office into chaos. I only needed to wait quietly for Jack's internal intel records. Every HR move, every financial approval, every email flow. The revenge plan took shape in my mind. I began recording execution conditions of contract clauses, calculating CFO and HR possible overlooked loopholes, tracking board meeting schedules, estimating every trigger moment. I never revealed a plan, never leaked a hint. Calm on surface, flipping pancakes inside, already calculating every revenge node. The day of revenge finally arrives. In the cabin, morning, flipping pancakes, phone untouched. Jack puts pre-litigation notice in my mailbox. Board meeting, external lawyer Cora calmly states triggered clause facts. Greg and Gerald begin to panic. Nain face stiff, cannot defend. Investor Maria directly points out delay risks. Entire company air freezes. Greg tries to explain boilerplate, mishandling, Cora unmoved. Clause immediately effective 5 business days to pay $2.5 million and restore full severance and benefits. Board members exchange glances. CEO collapses. CFO pale, trembling silently. Entire company in chaos. They try to resist, renegotiate payment terms, all useless. Jack casually states no dispute, remaining 3 days. Documents effective, no escape. I watch steam rise, maple syrup drip on pancakes, calm as usual. No announcements, no social media frenzy. All completed by contract clause. 14 years of silence, 14 years of patience, 14 years of humiliation at this moment turned into calm and direct victory. Greg CFO and Gerald CEO completely collapse. Nain HR facepale, cannot defend. The contract clause they once ignored became an unstoppable legal trap. Investor Maria calmly and sharply points out delays only increase risk. Entire company anxious, air freezes. They realize their past neglect and hypocrisy led to an irretrievable situation. I still flip pancakes in the cabin, pouring maple syrup barefoot on creaking floorboards. Enjoying peaceful victory. No announcements, no posts, no social media frenzy. Victory calm and direct. Victory makes them tremble, makes them fear, makes them beg. While I just quietly flip pancakes, pour maple syrup. All is done.